Okay, so we're going to go ahead and try my first video here for anything like this. Let's start with a inbox review of the Tamiya 240Z Fair Lady. Let's see what we have. And we have a nice box of parts here. As you can see, we have all the window trim already chromed up for us, which is a nice touch. Hopefully it will actually fit perfectly. Being Tamiya, probably will. I'll set this off to the side here. And the body is very delicately molded, and it's looking quite good. Everything is crisp on it. Very little in the way of mold seams. We can go ahead and let's go ahead and just cut it open and take a look, shall we? Go ahead and put that there. And we'll go ahead and just tear that open. There we go. Go ahead. And the body will be going back in. So, oh yeah. There's a little bit of a swirl mark there. So there will need to be a little sanding on that just to hide those swirl marks, because those will come through in the paint. I'm not feeling, oh, right there, barely perceptible mold seam right there. I'm not feeling any right here like you normally would, or up here on the front fenders. Yeah, a little bit down here. So Tamiya has done a very, very nice job with hiding the mold seams. There's supports here and here which will have to be removed, but they're very small, very tiny connection points, and I have no doubt those will clean up very easily using just a pair of nippers. These are some really old ones. My second favorite pair. I don't know where my favorite pair is right now. So that is what it is. Next up, all the clear parts look good. We have our windshield here, our side windows, which I probably will not use, our back glass, which I'm probably going to end up tinting, all the rest of our lenses and such. This is somewhat of a rarity for Tamiya. This is the engine. Very good detail in the engine. Typically, it's, as is typical, it's molded in Tamiya's silver plastic. Looks like we have a little bit of a swirl in the air cleaner there. Again, that should be sanded if possible. If not, I will probably go ahead and spray an acrylic just to keep that swirl mark from showing up. The distributor looks good, but I will probably be designing and 3D printing one with the ability to accept spark plug wires, and I will probably be wiring at least the spark plugs. I might be going ahead and adding like throttle cable and other wiring details. Not sure yet. Tires look really good. Typical Tamiya molding. These are some of their nicer style tires. If you've ever done a Tamiya kit, you know exactly what I'm talking about. These are those nice rubber ones with the, I don't know if you can see it here on camera, with the good deep tread there. They look really, really good. And the typical poly caps for mounting. I have not decided yet whether I am going to utilize the wheels and tires in this kit, or if I am going to design and 3D print some new tires, new wheels and tires, since this is a this kit does not represent a stock Fair Lady Z, I do not believe. No, not with the fender flares and everything. The chassis is nicely molded, a little bit lacking in detail, but detail is here elsewhere. The rear hatch is very delicately molded. A little bit of a sink mark there, so that will need to be filled in, which you can just use whatever your putty of choice is. I like either Perfect Plastic Putty or Tamiya Putty. In general, I also have been known to use Bondo, glazing, and spot putty. I do not use Tester's contour putty. It is just too chalky, too brittle, and just shrinks way too much and does not adhere very well. The seats look good. They look to have, I can't tell if that is mold seams or if that is to represent piping. If that's mold seams, that'd be kind of shocking for Tamiya. There are some ejector pin marks that are fairly visible. However, they are quite tiny. It is up to you. If possible, I usually try to fill them, but not always. It just kind of depends where they're at and the kit I'm building and just whether or not I care. Here we have the interior. We have the back panel. The interior actually, again, a little lacking in detail, especially the door panels. Nothing, I mean, you could easily like trace that out and maybe design and print, take some pictures off the internet there and go ahead and if you wanted the extra detail like the door panel on the door panels, you could easily go ahead and cut them to size and glue them in. Maybe even cut off the window cranks and use aftermarket window cranks. Before too long, I will probably have some of those available in my Colts and my CG Trader shop. If you have a 3D printer, I may end up producing them as well. Suspension looks pretty good. I don't see any issues there. Again, that may be something I decide to lower more. I may not. If I end up designing 3D printed parts like for lowering and whatnot, that's something I will actually end up providing links to on my Colts page. There is a right-hand drive dashboard here, and on the next sprue here, there is a left-hand drive dashboard. We also have our left-hand drive vent panel for in front of the windshield. These wheels are very nice. That's why I am considering actually not bothering to design a set and just utilize these, because these are really, really nice. I like these. That front end looks really good. My sister had a 240Z with a small block Chevy 350 and I can't remember if she had a tunnel ram on there or a blower. It was quite the sight. Here's more suspension parts. Obviously, some are stock, some are lowered. I do not know which is which yet. This is probably the lowered set. It's another set of exhaust pipes, likely the performance-oriented. Here are the fender flares, which are likely to represent aftermarket flares, or JDM, as it were. Go ahead. See chrome backing to the taillight panels here. Right there, and for the headlight buckets, other miscellaneous chrome pieces. Looks like we have door handles, exhaust tip, and I cannot tell what these here are for. A quick look in the instructions will probably give us that information. Another chrome tree with bumpers, bumper trim. Looks like a few other pieces. Looks like those are bumperettes for protection. The rear bumperettes, maybe. That is a side mirror, and I have. Oh, that is a twin exhaust tip. It looks like. So, and here's something I have not seen in a Tamiya kit for quite some time. First of all, we'll go ahead and open this up here like this. Yes, I know I'm not being, like super precise and careful with that. I'm just being careful with the contents. First of all, we're going to go ahead and look at the decal sheet. Pretty minimal. The gauges look beautiful and legible. All the stuff that's supposed to represent chrome is actually reasonably reflective and metallic in look, so that's good. But here's what I was just talking about. Not seen these in a long time. These are an absolute pain in the ass to get applied and to use. But if you do it correctly, these look absolutely phenomenal. These are peel and stick chrome decals. And you can put these right over the top of the water slide decals if you wish. If you can get these on there, and sometimes you even put decals on top of them, like the Nissan Datsun logo right on top of those. These look absolutely phenomenal when done correctly. I have not seen that in a Tamiya kit in many, many years. The last kit I saw that on was an Aoshima kit, and that was actually a Skyline. It's an older Skyline. It's actually in my cabinet in the bedroom right now. Standard tech tips that's in pretty much every Tamiya kit that I've seen. Here is a little bit of like background information on the car, it looks like. Oh yes, absolutely. That's exactly what that is. We can see 520,000 units created between 69 and 78. So very nice, and it goes on with some even more particulars, including the engine particulars. A beautiful car. I am probably going to do this car kind of like the box art. Definitely, like the colors. I actually have the proper Tamiya spray paint that is called out. I like to use rattle cans on bodies, but I have been known to use airbrush. Either, whatever I feel like using. I use real automotive paints as well, and I use Createx. And no, I don't have problems with Createx. If you try to spray Createx like you do any other acrylic, you will fail. Period. You will fail. There's actually, people say, oh, they don't work because they're acrylics. Yes, they do. They paint real cars with Createx, and they work beautifully. You have to follow their paint system correctly, or you will fail. Period. That's all there is to it. And I will probably end up covering some of that in the future at some point. Color callouts look pretty good here. Instructions are typical Tamiya. They're clear and precise. The color callouts are typical Tamiya. They're pretty good. No, not perfect, but pretty good. You have the different parts for, there's your right-hand drive, your left-hand drive. So your right-hand drive firewall, left-hand drive firewall. I have not decided yet whether I'm going to make an American car or a Japanese spec. If I do a right-hand drive, I might go ahead and do it with Irish plates, due to the fact I am Irish descent. I do love their, I noticed these on the trees, the very nice engraving of the disc brakes. Those are a very, very nice touch. Going for realism, it's a little odd they don't rotate with the wheels, but I mean, that's probably not something you're really gonna ever notice. I'd be remiss in saying it if I didn't ever, like maybe take the car after it's done and kind of on the tabletop before I put it up on the shelf, But hey, you know what? We all do what we do. yeah, again, these Tamiya instructions are very nice for drilling whatever holes that need to be drilled for whichever version, where the interior is going to go over it, just like the real car. Otherwise, it's going to look kind of silly having that white plastic pop through, unless, of course, your particular example is painted white. The car is white. Then it might actually look pretty decent. I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to install the fender flares and then paint the whole car. Do that and just leave them body color, mask them off, paint them black, or if I am going to paint those a different color first and then attach them with glue later. Have not decided. Any feedback, if anybody has any, would be welcome on that. I'm just kind of looking for. Ultimately, I'm asking people who are not online as well what their thoughts are. That's one of those decisions that's actually kind of difficult, at least for me anyway. See, here's using your that chrome trim. If you decide to build this, you want to make it look real. The inside edge, that chrome trim, should be done in black to simulate the rubber seal where the windows go in. Same thing if you add black around the rim of the headlight and taillight lenses after painting your respective colors, red, white, orange, whatever, will add realism and make it look more real. Here we go. Here is now this is nice when they do this. Here's a correction. As you can see, it looks like, okay, so this is a correction for this page, and right down here you can see the difference. It's right here. Looks like it's just mostly a paint correction. Oh yes, it definitely is. Yes, do not use that putty to fill that one. Yeah, that'd be kind of, I'm not sure exactly what that is. That would definitely be a screw up there. But typical Tamiya, they, with their nicer kits, I know it. I mean, it seems like it might be a little racist on Tamiya's part that they give a little more focus to their Japanese kits, but that's okay. This is, I can also make the argument that this is one of their higher end kits. It's a little nicer. It's not one of their lower end kits, and that's something that they do. They take extra care, and you can tell because the moldings are better. Everything is better. They do things like these corrections in there. If they screw up, they're just. I mean, you always hear people say that you can't go wrong with a Tamiya kit of any type. Yes, you can. Tamiya has plenty of turds, and I unfortunately have several. I even have one of their aircraft kits that is beyond a turd. I'm grinning and bearing it. I understand that particular kit that I'm referring to is not actually a Tamiya mold. It's an Italeri mold. It's a 1/48 scale Harrier jet. But overall, I mean, Tamiya should probably be ashamed of even putting their name on it. But hey, that is what it is. It's no big deal. They're some of their older armor kits are not really terribly great. Their Panther kit is kind of interesting as far as that goes. It's not bad. Despite its simplicity, it molds it up pretty well, but if you don't get the photo etch, at least for the engine cover, or the grills for the engine covers, it does look rather stupid. But as long as you add that, it actually looks pretty good. And it's a very inexpensive. It's like, I think it's like only $10. It seems like a lot for how little you get, but considering the difference that it actually makes, it's quite impressive. the price is worth it. But I will probably go, so Tamiya has this listed as the Mica Blue Pearl, which is an absolutely beautiful, beautiful color. If I decide to do this as the left-hand drive, I will probably stick with JDM part. I will probably add JDM parts like the fender-mounted mirrors, which I've always thought look nice. Depends on how well I can get them to stay. I might go with the chrome mirror. I might do both, like you see on a lot of you do a lot of cars and coffee stuff. You'll see people who run both. I'm looking forward to how all the lenses and everything turn out with all that chrome. I might go ahead and actually do these rivets in chrome. I actually have some beautiful chrome paint here. It's a two-part system. It's similar to Molotov refills. It's almost as chrome, but then it actually has a clear coat with it that does not turn the chrome into a matte silver like other chrome does. This is kit number 367, and again, this their sports cars series, so which is actually all of their kits in the sports cars series are quite nice from what I've seen. I have the GT40, the Ford G, or I'm sorry, not the GT40. I have the Ford GT kit of the same series. It is absolutely phenomenal, just as nicely molded. Just due to how the real car is built, it's a little bit more difficult to paint and have look nice than this one is going to be, and that's okay. I've got their Mustang race car kit that is also absolutely phenomenal. Their Skylines are not as nice as this kit is, but they're, you know, some of their lower end kits, but they're still insanely nice, especially their R34s. Their R33 race car is a beautiful, beautiful car, but it is also not an easy kit to build. It's the blue Calisonic car. But anyway, like I said, this is Tamiya 124 Sports Car Series number 367. Looking forward to building it. Have a great afternoon.